They have a gummy saver, a gummy worm, 4 paper clips, and a cup. And they had to set it up so the worm was floating on a boat, and they had to work together to use their paper clips to flip their boat over, get their worm into his life preserver, and get the worm back in the boat. But again, the boat was upside down, everything was stacked, and they could only use paper clips. One, they're kind of getting to know each other, so we're going to do a lot of group activities, and sometimes if they don't really know each other going into this, it gets a little awkward the first time they have to actually do a more educational activity. So this kind of breaks that ice a little bit without being a traditional icebreaker. And it kind of instills the idea, so I teach international business, the idea that problem solving in international business is not always the same for everybody. So it's not always going to look the same. There's not always going to be one right answer, and there can be multiple answers. And if we're sharing our ideas with each other and sharing, we can change based on what other people's opinions are, and we can kind of take that into account and maybe shift how we approach a situation and come out with hopefully a successful solution. So teamwork, communication, understanding the not always have a correct answer, and being able to change your mind halfway through. So you have to stretch out the life preserver. So that is the key. So if you're trying to get the worm into that gummy saver, it's not gonna really work. So you kind of have to give it a little stretch. And then once you do that, everything should generally be pretty easy with holding up that worm and flipping over your cup. But it's generally where the roadblock is figuring out that you have to stretch out that life preserver, but now use your hands.
His name was Fred, and we had to get him in his life preserver to save him and put him back in his boat.
We had to bend the paper clips in order to stretch out the lifesaver while the other one picked up Fred with the paper clip and put it through.
It was hard to pick Fred up with the paper clips because he kept falling, and he was like too big to fit into the lifesaver. It takes 2 people to do some things, and perseverance is what's going to get you to succeed.
In international business, we're going to be doing a whole lot of things with marketing. We're going to be taking a situation and how we market to different countries, and we're going to have to do a lot of research into that before we can come up with that final conclusion. So we do a lot of problem solving, coming up with different product ideas that we would sell to different countries, and it's not going to look the same for every student because everybody's going to be focusing on different things. So coming up with new products, how to expand maybe internationally without coming up with a new product, how to sell internationally, how to market internationally.